Have you been thinking about getting your cleaning business off the ground for a little while now, but you're at your 9 to 5 and you're wondering, how in the world could I actually do this without leaving my job? Quick answer is you do not have to leave your job, thankfully, and by the end of this video, you're gonna have like an actionable path towards building a 6-figure income on the side while you keep your day job. Hey, what's going on? MikeMak here, founder of AutomatedCleaningBusiness.com. I also wrote the Amazon bestseller, Pick Up Cash, Not Trash, and in this video, I'm gonna give you, like I just mentioned, an actionable plan to building that income, building that side business while you're at your 9 to 5. So a lot of people, they think you have to quit. You know, you have to, like, oh, I have to quit my job and go all in on a business. But the thing is, that is very, very risky. Now, that's what I did, but I don't recommend it because I'll be honest with you, it was painful in the beginning because I didn't really know what I was doing. But thankfully, you are here learning from me, so you know you won't have to quit your job like I did. So let's get into it. All right, so years ago, back when my wife and I started our current cleaning company, this is our independent company. Like I said, we really didn't know what we were getting into. So I felt comfortable leaving my job prematurely. So I left my job thinking like all would be well, but here's the thing, getting a business off the ground takes some time. And even though it doesn't take a lot of time, when you are not feeling secure financially, it's very scary because you're like, well, where's my next paycheck coming from? Where's my client coming from? How am I gonna make this all happen? And I was making a lot of mistakes, and ultimately it worked out great. But again, in that moment, there were still so many sleepless nights. And if I had done it the smart way, the way I'm gonna show you right now with my 4 major tips for you to implement immediately, that would have saved me a world of anxiety and stress. So without further ado, let's get started with step number 1. All right, step 1 to building this business while you're still at your 9 to 5 is maximizing your time management. Okay, within this step, there are 3 things to make sure you do this right. All right, so we have to be smart about this because you have a family, you have friends, and with your 9 to 5, where do we fit in time for the business? So there's 3 ways to go about it. The first thing right out of the gate is maximizing the mornings and the evenings. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up Netflix and chill, but what I am saying is there are certain tasks you can do on your laptop during Netflix, okay? During that Netflix and chill. And I'm not saying you need to sacrifice going to the gym in the morning or you need to get up 4 hours earlier and just start making it happen. No, I don't mean that either, but it would be a good idea to listen to some books and some podcasts or some YouTube videos like this while you're at the gym. All we're doing here is just fitting in your business in a comfortable spot. So just make some time in the afternoon and a little bit of time in the morning. I would say if you could do an hour or 2 per day, maybe an hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon, you are golden. Okay, now that you set that time aside, it's time to talk about your weekends. Again, I am not talking about sacrificing your social life. You do not have to do that at all. But if you can maybe give yourself about 4 hours on the weekend, I don't mean each day, I mean legitimately an extra 2 hours on Saturday, an extra 2 hours on Sunday to get some important business stuff done, you are well ahead of so many people when it comes to starting their business. See, a lot of people don't know what to do when it comes to starting their business. If you know what to do, which I'm gonna tell you what to do, if you know what to do, then it just becomes a matter of putting it to work in the time that you have available for it. Now, as long as you're setting time aside during the week and a little bit on the weekend, there's one last thing you can do to really explode things, and that is maybe getting a virtual assistant. If you have the budget for it, it's highly recommended to take care of a lot of busy work. See, I don't want you thinking about your logo and how do I set up this? I gotta go set up that. It's like if you could pay a virtual assistant part-time to take care of a lot of these tasks that are just taking you away from the most important thing you could be doing as a business owner, and that is getting business, then it's all the better. But don't worry if you just aren't in a position to take on a part-time employee at this point. You have just started after all. That's for those of you who do have the income and the ability to do that. All right, step number 2 is smart marketing. Now, there's so many different ways to get clients, and there's ways I agree with because I use them currently and they're great, and there's ways I don't agree with, not because they don't work, it's just because I think there's easier ways to go about it. But you need to be doing smart marketing. So the things that you can't be doing right now, you can't be cold calling, you can't be going door to door. Why? Because those 2 methods in particular rely on you doing a ton of volume. See, a lot of times when people think they're gonna cold call, they just think they'll cold call 5 places and maybe they'll get a good result. Or if they don't, they think, oh man, this doesn't work. Okay, but that's not the case. To make those methods work, you have to talk to so many people. You have to drive and knock on so many doors, and you actually have to be good at it. That's why I don't recommend that. So in the meantime, stick to these 3 things. I would say right off of the bat, do some networking, join a local networking group. That would be great. Do some social media outreach. These are things you can do from your laptop. It's not a big deal. Also, explore with doing some direct mail, whether that be a sales letter or a postcard. If you do not have a background of marketing, I wouldn't go that route because you're flat out, you're gonna waste some money. So I would focus on the other 2. But those of you who do have the experience, send out a compelling postcard with a compelling message and a sales letter. Nothing like putting some direct mail in a prospective client's hand, and it's not gonna take you a whole lot of time to do it. Quickly, before we get into step 3, where are you in the process? Let me know, comment below if this is something you've been thinking about for a long time, or if you just started thinking about this and maybe you just found my channel. Let me know below. I really love seeing stuff like this, and potentially I could help you in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to make sure you keep getting these videos. Now, for real this time, let's get to step 3. All right, step number 3 is just leveraging your local network. See, before I was talking about smart marketing, like join a networking group. What I'm talking about now is just leveraging who you already know. There are people you already know, and you should be reaching out to them, okay? Now, don't do it the wrong way. Don't say, hello, hi, I have a business. Can I give you a quote? No, start by showing massive interest in them, okay? But actually being legit. Really check in on people, see how they're doing, especially if you haven't connected with them in a little while. And then eventually they're gonna say, well, what are you up to? And that is the perfect time for you to say, well, actually, I'm glad you asked. I just started this office cleaning business and I'm really excited about it and blah, 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 blah. And then the rest is history. All you have to do from there is ask, for, yeah, maybe I can give you a quote just to see if, I don't know, maybe this could be something good here. That is a killer approach, especially in the beginning to land your first few clients. If you want more tips like that, check out my last video, but after this one, of course. But the reason why this is so powerful is because it is such warm traffic, because they know you already. They have this image of you of like, you're not gonna let them down because you know each other. That is a much easier lead to close. If you do that right out of the gate, you're gonna get clients right out of the gate. Now, let's get to step 4. Step number 4 is hire solid cleaners. You don't need to go out there and find excellent cleaners. That would be a mistake. And I'll take it a step further. You shouldn't even be looking for cleaners. You need to be looking for people who have never cleaned before. And then you show them how to do basic general office cleaning work. That way you don't have to overcome any bad habits they picked up from any other company. But when you're starting from scratch, it is so much easier to get things done exactly how you want them to get done. Now, another tip I'll add on top of this is make sure your messaging is on point when you are putting out a job post. I personally love Indeed, but you can find great people anywhere. You don't need to use Indeed. But the important thing is making sure your messaging is on point so you are talking to the right kind of people. You're not talking to lazy people who don't want to work, okay? It's good to find people who are already working another job and they're just looking to supplement some income at night. Those people are everywhere. Find those people and start staffing those accounts, baby. All right, so now that you have that in place, it's just a matter of consistency at this point. Don't start unless you're ready to stick with it, okay? Because nothing is gonna work if you do it inconsistently. Not in business, at least, okay? So all you have to do is just commit to yourself that you're going to see it through. And guess what? You will. It's a cleaning business. It's not rocket science. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and also subscribe. And if you want more tips to land your first couple of clients, you're definitely gonna wanna check out this video right here. Till we meet again, peace out, Cub Scouts.